Cannon Street has never seen so much decoration. It seems as if the city's entire display of bunting is on display in the street to mark a royal visit sometime around 1909.
Father Lawton, thank you for this warm welcome. The honor is ours, Your Royal Highness. I must go, but I leave with great affection. Godspeed, sir. And to you.
Glasgow, 1860s. But its overcrowding breeds hardship.
This place is bursting. We need more room.
I hope we make do.
Their daily struggle etched in the city's history.
In George Square, Glasgow, crowds gather to see in the new year. Happy faces abound. But this is 1939. The year ahead will shatter the peace for a long time to come.
Glasgow. They must keep a worded and run on drag on horse-drawn carts.
Keep it moving, lads! Clear the way for the traffic! Traffic! Aye, foreman.
They called him Fivers Watson while he was alive. He was a well-known horse dealer in the city, and his popularity was reflected in the big turnout for his funeral.
With staff like these, Hunleni serving day essentials. Today, supermarkets are bustling hubs where modern shoppers have endless choices at their fingertips. Progress has transformed the way we shop. In 1906, Buchanan Street was a bustling hub of horse-drawn traffic and early automobiles. The scene was alive with pedestrians, commerce, and the energy of a bygone era.
Oh, do look at that mannequin. It's so lifelike. It really is. They say it's the best way to draw a crowd. Well, it's certainly working on us.
Office workers taking a break on the roof of John Lewis in Argyle Street, Glasgow, in the late 1950s. A moment of respite above the bustling city.
Glasgow is known for many things, its buskers amongst them. In an era when punk music was shocking Britain, there was always room for a busker who was good on the accordion. Snowfall in George Square is a picturesque sight, but clearing it is a different story. These men are out early, shoveling by hand in the February cold. Their hard work keeps the city moving, a testament to resilience.
This is where the term horsepower comes from. Kids from the Methodist Central Hall Sunday School in Maryhill make their way by horse and cart up Kelvinside Avenue on an outing to Black Hill Farm in 1965.
Once, this was how Glasgow's south side looked. This row of old thatched cottages was a feature of the landscape late in the 19th century. The three-wheeled baskets are another relic of a bygone age.
This is how the street used to be. Summer fashions, old-fashioned cars and shops that faded with time. But many people still remember places like J.D. Cuthbertson, the Central Cafe, and Challen Pianos. When gift time comes, there's always something new in Bell's gift salon. Judging by the past, the window displays at Duncan Bell's on the corner of Hope and Sauchiehall Street, it was very possibly true.
Bleak, raining Christmases in Fmeisio, only the last of nurses of Argyle Street, as older Glaswegians will remember it. Whatever happened to Wallet J's in the Argyle cinema?
On a bustling city street, a fashion model strides confidently, captivating the crowd with the latest styles at an outdoor show. Her poised walk and chic attire draw admiration, showcasing the glamour of 1970s fashion.
On January 7th, 1908, this site amidst fears of a red revolutions in Britain. The workers' demand for a shorter week showed their unyielding spirit.
In 1919, rougher strike shook the city, met by police and troops. Strike leaders were tried in Edinburgh, some jailed. Yet, the workers won reduced hours.
The government finally moves into action and sends tanks into Glasgow to deal with the strikers. Here, a tank, surrounded by armed troops, trundles slowly along the Trongate.
Comrade, man, stand you not easy just now. Aye, Manny. The engineers are with you to the end. Victory will be ours if we fight as one. Brothers and sisters, we must stand united against these injustices. The engineers demand fair hours and wages. We will not back down. Victory from Turner Frog.
Trams were king in Glasgow. Starting as horse-drawn services in the 19th century, they evolved into an electric network by the early 1900s. This is a symbol of progress and a bygone era. The Central Hotel has stood at this corner since the 1880s. Linked to Glasgow Central Station, it was a hub of Victorian luxury. Its clock tower and grand halls witnessed the city's history unfold.
What's the fare to Auchenblay?
2 shillings, please.
Here you are.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's good to talk, whether it's about the weather, the price of food, an undulated tram, and Vinja that trundled past Bridgeton Cross in the early 60s. In the shadow of giants, workers at John Brown's yard played a game of football. This yard built the QE2, but today, the game was their escape. A legacy of steel and sweat. Glasgow and the west of Scotland were once an industrial powerhouse. At ironworks like Dixon's Blazers, blacksmiths forged metal in blazing furnaces, their flames turning the night sky into a giant illumination. Glasgow and the west of Scotland were once an industrial powerhouse. At ironworks like Dixon's Blazes, blacksmiths forged metal in blazing furnaces, their flames turning the night sky into a giant illumination.
The blacksmith wields his tongs, thrusting the glowing bar into the forge. He withdraws the searing metal, striking it firmly on the anvil, shaping raw iron with each blow.
Lunch is over, and another few thousand pieces have been eaten. The Queen Mary was a demanding task, one that helped etch the description Clyde built in the world's consciousness.
There's barely space to move but amid 1,000 umbrellas, but the Queen Mary still presented an amazing sight at its launch in 1934.
Behold the Queen of the Seas, a titan with human sea voters. With a thunderous roar, she glides the Queen of the Seas, launched into legend.
Oops. The Queen and Princess Margaret can only laugh as the QE2 fails to move immediately after the Queen had pressed the launching button, and a man hanging over the bow called out, "Give us a push."
1968. Her sea trials have been a success, and her first paying customers were due shortly before Christmas. Her magnificent career is about to begin. Wednesday, September 20th, 1967, was the day the world and its media came to John Brown's for the launch. The day belonged to Clydebank and to the 3,000 people who built the ship, like these men above. It's hard to imagine that this tangle of cranes and scaffolding could produce a liner to rival the best in the world, but that's what happened. The Queen Mary made Clydebank famous the world over.
Crowd braved in bad weather to witness the event. The great ship entered the water, a triumph of engineering. A new era of ocean travel began.
The Queen Mary, the greatest ship the world had seen until that point, is towed to a fitting-out basin after its launch by the Queen. Vessels can dominate the fabled New York skyline, but the Queen Mary pulled it off effortlessly. Here, she cruises down the Hudson River, tailed by a flotilla of smaller craft. The ill-fated Lusitania, the world's largest and fastest passenger liner, eases its way down to the Clockhead.
There she goes!
But her speed would also seal her tragic fate. The Lusitania had a sleek and racy appearance, and quickly took the blue riband for the fastest crossing of the Atlantic, 5 days and 54 minutes. Passengers take the air on the Lusitania's upper promenade deck. The liner was the pride of Cunard during its years of service, before its untimely demise. The RMS Lusitania, a symbol of British maritime pride, was sunk by a German U-boat in 1915.
With his tenacious efforts on behalf of the UCS workers, photographed against a backdrop of the Clydebank cranes.
Some of the country's top trade union officials show solidarity on a UCS march through Glasgow in August 1971. Jimmy Reed recalled, "The closure of the yards would have been an economic disaster." They marched through Glasgow, a powerful display of solidarity in their battle for justice.
It was a merry Christmas, though not for some. Here, UCS demonstrators wait outside the city chambers for John Davies, the Secretary of State for Trade and Industry, who was attending a meeting inside.
You can't leave these here! Clear the street now!
But officer, we're lobbying for our jobs!
I understand, but you must move now. No exceptions. All right, we're going, but this isn't over.
Donald Arnold worked as an apprentice at Fairfields during World War II. He recalls the bustling shipyard where ships were built for the war effort. It was a time of hard work, camaraderie, and adventure. The gates at Fairfield's old yard in Govan, forever a part of the memory of thousands of Govanians. Together with the Alex Stephen yards, it helped form the area's industrial backbone. Comedian Jafami Beatty left the yards in 1952. He was on his way to stardom, bringing joy to audiences everywhere.
Welcome, folks!
From these humble beginnings, a star was born. Johnny B. Eddy left the shipyards for stardom. Chick Murray traded engineering for comedy. Tommy Morgan's humor was sharpened in the yards. And Billy Connolly, the banjo-playing welder.
Anything good in the telly listings? Not much, but look, jobs at Fairfields. Fairfields? That's a good yard. What are they paying? Says here, 12 a week for apprentices. That's not bad.
The Fairfield shipyard in Govan built many famous vessels, including the RMS Empress of Britain, which was the third Empress for the Canadian Pacific steamships. Fairfields was proud of its army of workers, many of whom worked there for over half a century. Its drillers included this man, J. Donaldson, a testament to dedication and the industrial spirit.
The strike is over! We've won! Your trip was not in vain!
Fairfields was proud of its workers, The yard dominated the Clyde. Its fate intertwined with new ventures, but its legacy endures in these images. High above the water, a driller and a riveter worked on the framework. Their pneumatic tools hammered and drilled the steel into place. It was a feat of skill and endurance, pride of the British team. The attack, which killed 1,195 people, shocked the world and influenced America's entry into World War I. The Blitz. Two words that trigger memories for those who endured it. Many were homesick, but some found respite in new places.
During the war, evacuation plans removed children from cities to safer areas. Though organized for safety, for the children it was an adventure. Smiling from the train, they journeyed into the unknown.
After war began, masks were issued widely. In Clydebank, factory girls assembled respirators for immediate distribution in an emergency. Their hands moved with purpose, a symbol of home front resilience.
Look, dears, a box from America.
Wow, cans of meat and milk. We're saved. Bless the friends in Seattle.
Aye, a true blessing.
A huge, happy crowd fills squares, witnessing this unforgettable moment. Their cheers mark the war's end, a moment no one will forget.
Thomas Tunnock started his family baking business in 1890 in Uddingston, Scotland. In 1952, this led to the creation of the iconic Tunnock's caramel wafer. In 1890, Thomas Tunnock founded the family firm, beginning a legacy of craftsmanship. Here he is with his wife Mary, their son Archie, and the family dog. Their story is one of dedication, family, and enduring tradition. Here, the factory takes delivery of its very first snowball depositor about 40 years ago. This machine revolutionized how snowballs were made, preserving the quality Tunnock's is known for. The story of snowballs began decades ago. Here, workers meticulously pack each one by hand. Over time, technology has moved on, but the care in every step remains. This is the legacy of a simple, sweet treat. Boyd Tunnock, with his father Archie and brother Thomas, developed the firm's most famous product. Their dedication in this workshop led to the creation of the iconic. Today, it's a symbol of their enduring family legacy. In 1924, Archie Tunnock opened this tea room at 43 Main Street. From these beginnings, Tunnock's grew into an icon famous for its caramel wafers and snowballs. Many hands make light work. Factory workers engage in the painstaking process of making some of the millions of biscuits turned out every week. Archie Tunnock's staff gathers to celebrate his 60th birthday, as the banner proclaims. Years later, for his 80th, they presented him with a personal flag to fly above the factory.
All we want is a decent home for our children.
Aye, but they're throwing us out anyway.
Then we fight. We stand together.
Right, to the steps!
Almost done over there, dear? Yes, just drawing the last one. He's such a good baby, aren't you? He is. I'll be right there to help.
Another relic of a bygone age in Glasgow. This shot shows the gaslight in Nicholson Street, Gorbals, being gone the way of so maintained.
Not much of interest in the paper today, is there? Aye, but wait, look at this. Oh, that's a good one.
From Cumberland Street in 1964, the old Gorbals tenements stand beside the new. High-rise cranes signal the future, as countless homes were raised for progress.
This is Glasgow, 1964. A young boy stands on the street, ready for play. His shouts filling the air. A moment of pure, carefree joy.
In summer, it's time to head down the water. Scots think nothing nowadays of booking summer holidays in exotic places. Yet, not so long ago, millions of older Glaswegians had fond memories of holidays in.
No matter how old you are, the sea is a great excuse for frolicking. Here, holidaying Glasgow mums and grannies let their hair down and do a seaweed hula dance.
In 1939, Glasgow Fair day trippers crowd onto the King Edward for a trip down the water. The band plays nautical airs, but it was too early for Rod. The steamer departs, carrying their hopes down the Clyde. Photograph from the early years of the last century shows. Here, vintage cars and pedestrians bring the scene to life, evoking a bygone era of seaside elegance. Glasgow has always known how to make an exhibition of itself. It started in 1888 with the Glasgow International Exhibition. Queen Victoria attended, and more followed in 1911. The tradition continued in 1988.
The nationwide joy at the Queen's crowning at Westminster Abbey on June 1953 is reflected in the sheer size of the crowd in George Square.
These women, known as giraffe neck, one woman gave birth during her visit to the city. Their story is a vivid snapshot of that era. The opening of the Empire exhibition was a vibrant spectacle. A man with a megaphone relayed the events to a special crowd. They were deaf, dumb, or blind, gathered from Motherwell. Here are Francie and Josie, Glasgow's finest comedy inventions.
Right then, Josie, let's strut our stuff. Aye, Francie, watch this.
Their gallus antics had audiences in stitches.
Brilliant.
Francie and Josie were two of Glasgow's finest comedy inventions. The Gallus Teddy Boys, played by Jack Milroy and Ricky Fulton, had TV and theatres throughout their long reign. At its peak, the plaza was Britain's super ballroom. Thousands of Glasgow couples treasure their memories of dancing there. This shot, from 1957, captures the floor always packed. This scene captures the elegance of the era, with uniformed doormen and formal attire. Inside, couples dance the night away to the lively rhythms of the big band. Everyone over a certain age has a Hampton moment. In 1960, Real Madrid hammered Eintracht Frankfurt 7-3 in front of a perfect football match at the peak of the players' careers. This is Hampton Park, the spiritual home of Scottish football, captured from the skies in 1954. As we zoom down to the pitch, the passion of the fans is electric, cheering on their great team. Scottish supporters cheer for the camera at the start of another Scotland-England match. The omens weren't good though, as the boys in blue hadn't beaten the old enemy since 1951. This game ended badly for the Scots.
In the late 60s, match entertainment took a different form. A team of marching girls from Ayrshire paraded a flag around the pitch. Their aim was to whip up the fans' enthusiasm before a Scotland-England match.
And there it is, Scotland have scored. The crowd erupts. Magnificent goal. With some big lengths involved.
What a great occasion for Scottish football. Peter Brown, a rugby legend from Ayrshire, led Scotland to victory over England. West Scotland produced this hammer of the English, a true sporting icon.
Like Matt Busby and Jock Stein, Bill Shankly was a tough, clever and ambitious Scot who came from a mining village to join the ranks of football's all-time elite.
For over a century, Glasgow's people have loved a good night out. While today they head for pubs and clubs, generations past filled theatres and dance halls. Each generation in turn fell for the silver screen idols and musical greats of their day. In 1956, at the Theatre Royal, Scott stars Jimmy Logan and Harry Gordon unveiled a bold new look for the pantomime. Their energetic dance and witty banter stole the show.
Chick Murray and Mady, a beloved comedy duo from the 1950s, captured in a moment of performance. As the tall droll stood by, Mady played her accordion, a sound that fans remember with great fondness.
Well, howdy Glasgow, it's mighty fine to see y'all here. Trigger and I are sure happy to be here with all you fine folks.
In Old Glasgow, a queue gathers for the Alhambra's 8:05 review. People chat eagerly, bathed in the warm glow of street lines and the theatre minds. Artists and staff in Glasgow theatre history, to sing Old Lang Syne and bring down the final curtain on the legendary Empire Theatre in 1963.
Albert Ernest Pickard, Glasgow's greatest showman, an eccentric millionaire, he owned cinemas and a vast property collection. His shows were legendary, from performing dogs to ballad singers.
Welcome Glasgow to the Norwood. Let's open it in style. Goodness, try that, Rob.
What a spectacle, Albert!
The unexpected, my dear, always.
Pickard Bostock, photographed here on left. Bostock owned a big zoo on the New City Road and insisted that Pickard's version was a pale shadow of his own. Behold, the legendary Tom Thumb. Tiny but mighty, he scaled the table, amazing audiences everywhere. His feats brought Pickard fame and fortune, a true master showman.
Pickard in full Highland regalia. He wasn't the tallest of men. There's been speculation that he tried to compensate for this through his flamboyant, publicity-seeking skills.
Oh, the days of music hall, where magic filled the air. With dancers light on their feet and dogs that can't be beat.
Sir Harry Lauder, the great Scottish entertainer, immortalized his grief in song after losing his son in the First World War. Four legends of music hall, Harry Gordon, Dave Willis, Sir Harry Lauder and G.H. Eliot, captured at the Regal enjoying a comedy. Their smiles tell the story of an era's joy. Charles Norton and James McGonigal from Glasgow were part of the legendary Crazy Gang, whose slapstick routines won them countless fans. Nellie Wallace was born in Glasgow nearly 130 years ago. She was one of the music hall greats and made fun of her looks, but her timing and her sense of comedy won her widespread acclaim.
Another big favourite in the days of music hall in Glasgow was the Cockney Charladies double act of Elsie Waters and her sister Doris. Their act dated from the 1930s and led to a radio show in the mid-1940s.
Charlie Chaplin's Tramp, the little fellow with the heart of gold. From his bowler hat to his cane, he became an icon. Celebrated worldwide, his humor still speaks to us today. Dressed to Kill,
a debonair Charlie Chaplin pictured off duty in 1924. Ahead of him lay some of his finest moments: the gold rush, city lights, modern times, and the great dictator. Long before television, variety was king. In Glasgow's packed theatres, stars like Dave Willis lit up the stage. Ronnie Corbett remembered him as a natural clown and a fantastic dancer.
Hello there, wee ones. Having a grand time? Yeah! That's the spirit. Now, who's ready for a song?
We are. We're up a key.
Lying down on the job, that's fast-talking Glasgow comedian Don Arrell, getting a helping hand from Susan Cole, Joan Mann, Susan Bailey, and Marilyn Corney. This is a vintage poster for the 1964 musical Love and Kisses, starring the all-Scottish talent of John Grieve, Walter Carr, Una MacLean, Ricky Fulton, and Jimmy Logan. It played at Jimmy Logan's own Metropole Theatre in Glasgow. This is Ricky Fulton, a comedian, relaxing during a break in his show in 1960. Surrounded by the female dancers, he finds a moment of calm. The dancers offer gentle comfort, allowing Ricky to recharge before his next performance.
This newspaper clipping introduces the 1 O'Clock Gang, a popular Scottish telefilm, Dorothy Paul, Wally Muance, and Chance, the lively ensemble.
Oh, come lay faithful, joyful and tract and see in the ears. From the hills of Scotland to the valleys below, our voices united, let the music flow. Hey!
This early shot captures Andy Stewart at the piano, with Anne Holloway, Sheila Patton, and a young Johnny Beattie sitting on top, lost in admiration. It's a joyful scene of early talent and camaraderie and entertainment, a moment preserved in time.
Meet the men and women who made Scotland laugh.
Lex McLean could bring the house down with a twitch of his eyebrow.
People on a night out want entertainment, and that's what we give them.
One of the most underrated Scots comedians of all time, many feel that Tommy Lorne, who died in 1935, never received the critical acclaim he deserved.
All right, Josie, let's get this show on the road. Aye, Francie, I'm on it, spinning the platter now. Good man. Hello, Glasgow. Welcome, Pile Gecko. We've got the brawest tunes for you.
Frankie, you won't believe what's going on.
Oh, don't mind me, I'm just taking a breather. Alec, the Glasgow Ball will be a riot.
Aye.
If we get the parts right.
This break?
The great Ken Dodd visiting Bridgeton in 1969. He takes the time to hand out sugar lumps to the delighted children. His cheerful presence brings smiles to everyone at the clinic.
Will Fiff was famous for his song, I Belong to Glasgow, although, of course, he came from Dundee. His many visits to Glasgow included one for Robinson Crusoe.
A thumbs up from the one and only Chic Murray. The reason for his joy is that, according to the caption, he'd just signed for the summer season at Rothesay. Lex McLean, known as Sexy Lexi, was a master of comedy. With a simple twitch of his eyebrows, he could send audiences at the Pavilion Theatre into fits of hysteria. His timing was impeccable, his expressions legendary. Harold Behrens was another Glasgow-born comedian who made it big. His catchphrase was, "What a geezer," and he had a role in the movie Hear My Song, about Tina Joseph Locke.
Tommy Morgan was another giant of the variety days. His ashes were scattered in the Pavilion Theatre, and he's said to haunt it to this day.
Bud Flanagan, of the duo Flanagan and Allen, wrote the theme for Dad's Army in 1955. A song that captured the spirit of wartime resilience and humour.
The great Harry Secombe, the great Mr. Bumble in the movie Oliver Twist.
Oliver, get back to your room, board there. More! You want more?
A comedic genius forever cherished.
Behold the King's Theatre in the 1920s bygone era. A man drives by in his Wolseley.
Every seat cost 50 pence at the Citizens Theatre. The Citizens Theatre was known for its accessible pricing, making theatre available to everyone. This approach set it apart from other venues. The Pavilion Theatre still going strong. Here's to another 100 years.
The Metropole at St George's Cross. Jimmy Logan snapped it up for £80,000 in 1964.
A sign of the times. Advertisement boards are mute witnesses to a fire that destroyed the Lyric Theatre in 1953. It was later rebuilt.
Opposite the old Empire in Sauchiehall Street was the Lyric, which opened in 1879 and closed in 1950. The old Empire Theatre, a grand venue on a vibrant Glasgow street, alive with pedestrians and the hum of city life. This was the heart of entertainment, a bygone era preserved in time. The Alhambra Theatre, a cherished landmark in Glasgow, levelled and replaced with office blocks, much missed by old Glaswegians.
Everyone goes wild when the stars hit town. For Elizabeth Thompson, it brought back memories.
He was very popular in Glasgow.
The singer Guy Mitchell broke records at the Empire Theatre. Some lucky fans actually got to meet their idol, Cliff Richard, narrate the event.
Hello, everyone. Wonderful to meet you.
Oh, Cliff, we're your biggest fans.
Absolutely smashing.
Hello, everyone. Wonderful to meet you all.
Oh, Cliff, it's really you.
We won the competition to meet you.
It's a dream come true.
You're the best, Cliff.
Mel Torme, The Velvet Fog, was another great hit with Glaswegians who rated his voice on a par with Sinatra's.
Guy Mitchell, the world's top-selling artist, waves from the Empire Theatre, a true legend.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for letting me out.
The fans' adoration for the legend is clear.
Jack, what are you doing here?
I flew in to surprise you, darling.
You certainly did. This is the best surprise.
I missed you so much.
I missed you too. Welcome to Glasgow.
Guy gets a surprise visit from his wife in Glasgow.
Jackie, what are you doing here?
I had to see you, Guy.
This is the best surprise.
In the days before he was Clayton Farlow in Dallas, Howard Keel was a regular hit in Glasgow with his bass voice. Here he is with his stage partner, Angel Morlow. Frankie came from Hollywood to Glasgow, and so did countless other megastars. Sinatra played a week at Beyond Words. He had fought tooth and nail for that role, and when an Oscar followed later, police find it hard to control the large crowds trying to get a glimpse of the great Laurel and Hardy.
Stand back. Clear the way.
The crowd's adoration is overwhelming. Stan and Ollie meet up with old friend Jack Graham of the Dixie Minstrels.
Jack, it's great to see you. A pleasure all mine. Well, isn't this a fine reunion? The best, just like old times. Indeed.
Judy Garland traveled the Atlantic many a time to play in the old empire.
I'm the steam strong, oh GI now. I'm the steam strong, oh GI now. I did it my way.
Mr. Frank Sinatra bowing out of Scotland at his gig at Ibrox Football Stadium in 1990. Sad farewell.
The whole world loves a big-name Glasgow panto. Panto to a bike to a box chart in a stop east of a turn to mother stance. Showbiz expert Chris Young says Dorothy Ward starred in that production.
This is how theatre looked back in 1924. Nellie Wallace and Stanley Lupino at the Theatre Royal.
Right then, to Paisley. Aye, let's see what this old girl's got. Hold on tight, it's a bumpy ride. Ha, this is the life.
Jimmy Logan and Duncan McRae in the 1954 Christmas Panto.
Welcome one and all to our Christmas panto.
Oh, Jimmy, mischief have you planned this time?
Mischief? Only the best kind for the holidays. Here we go.
Whoa there, lassies! What's all this then?
It's all for you, Dave.
Help, I'm surrounded!
Hold still, Janet, just a touch more.
It tickles, Dad.
There, perfect for the stage.
Thanks, I feel ready now.
Hold still, Janet, just a touch more.
It tickles, Dad.
There, perfect for the stage.
Thanks, I feel ready now.
The great Alec Finlay in Aladdin at the Alhambra production of Water Babes.
Oh, splash it!
A wet and wild show indeed.
Help, I'm stuck! Oh dear, he's stretched! Hang on, Alec! It's no use!
I can't believe my luck. Not one, but two Goldilocks.
Two of us? Oh, Andy.
Aye, the fair Celia and the bonny Pat.
This porridge is just right.
Glasgow's love affair with the cinema began in 1896. It saw the potential, opening Panopticon Theatre and a succession of movie houses. A century of stories on the silver screen. In 1955, crowds gather for the premiere of Geordie at the Regal on Sochi Street. The film follows a young Scotsman's journey to Olympic glory.
Alistair Sim. He played a laird in Geordie.
Paul Young was just 10 when played the boy in Geordie. Bing Crosby was a huge favorite with Glasgow audiences. His smooth baritone voice and charming demeanor won the hearts of many. Live performances in Glasgow were especially memorable.
I can still remember the song we used to sing, We Come Along on Saturday Morning. It's can be cowed off when they come back and watch Gallop Round the Heath. Everybody would whip their backside as if they were riding a horse.
Albert Pickard built the Belwedere Montgerrans behind the Britannia Panopticon in the Trent. It was later sold and renamed the Elephant and lasted until 1960.
After a visit to this early Galloway picture house, you could tuck into a fish supper next door for just tuppence, twopence or fourpence. Scott's was opened in mid-1930s.
The Lyceum in Govan began life as a music hall in 1899. It was destroyed in a blaze in 1937.
In the Gorbals, the Nangsegrin Street Coliseum is Crackmas palpable as the silent Guinean cheeses of Chaplin's Tramp. This was cinema at its most magical.
It's 1931, and huge crowds gather at the Coliseum in Glasgow's Gorbals for the premiere of Charlie Chaplin's City Lights.
Everyone's here for Chaplin.
I can't wait to see him. It's the talk of the town now.
Sir Harry Lauder opened the Embassy Cinema in 1936. The Embassy was demolished in the mid-1960s.
Liberace is as ever the center of attraction. After a show at the Empire in June 1960, Mae West as Diamond Lil arrives at the Central Hotel, accompanied by ex-boxer Kid Lewis.
Thank you, darlings. You've been grand.
All right, folks, give the lady some room.
Wrong club? Nonsense. It's a new instrument.
Danny, that's for golf, not tunes.
Watch this, a perfect four symphony.
You're a natural for the loony bin.
Bowie. The Crabman says.
There you go, a special one for Glasgow.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hope.
Brilliant, thanks a million. My pleasure. Who's next?
After serving the South Side for decades under the ABC chain. This image captures the venue in its later years, a poignant reminder of changing times. The State Cinema in Kings Park opened in 1937. It boasted a stylish Art Deco facade. Later, it was known as the County, before becoming a bingo hall. Doris Day, America's sweetheart, looking as fetching as ever. Her timeless smile and sparkling eyes continue to captivate. A true icon of grace and charm, always fetching.
Hello everyone, this is the Gump outfit that made me famous. It all started when I spilled glue on my cap and shirt. It was a right mess, but it stuck and became my signature look. And that's the story of my stupid outfit.
He was the Bobby Soxers hero, the one and only Frank Sinatra. His voice captured the hearts of a generation, making him a legend in music history. To his fans, he was simply Frank, the timeless icon of song.
Gordon Jackson, a true professional. He starred in the classic film The Great Escape as a resourceful POW. His performance captured the spirit of ingenuity and resilience in the face of adversity.
Robert Ryan, one of cinema's great tough guys. His many hits included the classic war film, The Dirty Dozen.
All right, men, this is it. Move out! Yes, sir!
The Glasgow boy who fell in love with film. Glasgow artist Andy Hay saw his first film in 1950. He was 6 at the time.
In October 1970, the Renfield Street Odeon in Glasgow reopened as a 3-screen cinema, but the building was demolished in the mid-80s, leaving only memories. This is the classic cinema on Renfield Street. It opened during the First World War as the Deluxe. In the 1960s, it was rebranded as the Classic, but in 1981, a devastating fire struck. The Big Yin is still selling out concerts, but the Apollo is no more. It began as Green's Playhouse, one of Europe's biggest cinemas, with 4,000 seats. Cameron Mitchell was in residence at the Cambridge, according to the advertisements. Yul Brynner and Peter Cushing were waiting in the wings. The cinema fell victim to plans for the M8 motorway. Richard Harris, whose career has spanned films like A Man Called Horse and This Sporting Life, began as a stage actor in Ireland before transitioning to the silver screen, and earned widespread acclaim for his role in the Harry Potter series. In The Bridge on the River Kwai, Alec Guinness plays Colonel Nicholson, a man of unyielding principle. His leadership builds a symbol of defiance, but war's irony tests his convictions. This is Burt Lancaster, captured in 1950. A few years later, he earned an Oscar nomination for From Here to Eternity. His charisma and athletic grace made him a true Hollywood icon. A young Dean Martin in a 1951 photograph for the comedy Sailor Beware. He starred alongside Jerry Lewis, beginning a legendary partnership.
Hey, Jared, think we'll get shore leave?
Shore leave, their chemistry was instant, launching their careers. He was the king. A young man whose voice and hips ignited a revolution, turning a generation on to rock and roll. The one and only In October 1970, the Renfield Street Odeon in Glasgow reopened as a three-screen cinema, but the building was demolished in the mid-80s, leaving only memories. This is the classic cinema on Renfield Street. It opened during the First World War as the Deluxe. In the 1960s, it was rebranded as the Classic, but in 1981, a devastating fire struck. The Big Yin is still selling out concerts, but the Apollo is no more. It began as Green's Playhouse, one of Europe's biggest cinemas, with 4,000 seats. Cameron Mitchell was in residence at the Cambridge, according to the advertisements. Yul Brynner and Peter Cushing were waiting in the wings. The cinema fell victim to plans for the M8 motorway. Richard Harris, whose career has spanned films like A Man Called Horse and This Sporting Life, began as a stage actor in Ireland before transitioning to the silver screen, and earned widespread acclaim for his role in the Harry Potter series. In The Bridge on the River Kwai, Alec Guinness plays Colonel Nicholson, a man of unyielding principle. His leadership builds a symbol of defiance, but war's irony tests his convictions. This is Burt Lancaster, captured in 1950. A few years later, he earned an Oscar nomination for From Here to Eternity. His charisma and athletic grace made him a true Hollywood icon. A young Dean Martin, in a 1951 photograph for the comedy Sailor Beware, he starred alongside Jerry Lewis, beginning a legendary partnership.
Hey Jared, think we'll get shore leave?
Shore leave, their chemistry was instant, launching their careers. He was the king, a young man whose voice and hips ignited a revolution, turning a generation on to rock and roll. The one and only. Glasgow knew how to put on a show, especially on the dance floor. Dancing was big business, with orchestras drawing crowds. Jack Chapman was one of Glasgow's best-known band leaders. He reigned for 25 years at the Albert in Bath Street before switching to the Plaza. He retired to teach music and died in 1988. One of the most famous dance halls in Scotland, the Plaza at Eglinton Toll, opened in December 1922. For the next 4 decades, it was Glasgow's top ballroom. Scotland used to be the ballroom capital of Europe. Places like the Albert were a nightly must for many couples.
Splendid evening, my dear.
Indeed.
This couple, like many others, departs into the night. At first glance, you might think it was Marilyn Monroe tripping the light fantastic. In reality, it's 21-year-old Diana Kay, who, with her unnamed partner, finished third in Locarno area final of the National Ballroom Queen contest back in 1960. 1929 was a tough one for Britain. Unemployment was rising, as was the cost of living. No wonder it was called the Depression. But Glasgow still had a... At the Albert in 1957, this couple sweeps across the floor, hoping to catch the judges' eyes.
On thoughts of a time when the dance halls reigned supreme. One man, Frank Ward, recalls the nights when American sailors filled the halls, and locals would tap them for money and cigarettes.
The Locarno was one of Glasgow's main night spots. Crowds gathered nightly under its famous sign, drawn to the music and the dancing balcony. Inside, the floor pulsed with energy as couples waltzed and socialized. Inside the Locarno in 1959, a lot of memories will reawaken. Benny Daniels and his band entertained the crowd on the glittering silver dust stage, which had an arc of colored lights over it. The Locarno, summer of '59. Jamie Barnes and the Wildcats are rocking the foundations. Johnny Walker on guitar.
Let's go! Keep rocking!
It's 1957 at the Denistone Palais, where patrons cool off at the self-service counter. In their collars, ties, and smart evening wear, they enjoy the lively music and each other's company. Tiffany's was among Glasgow's leading dance halls. Crowds surged to get in on Sauchiehall Street. Inside, the dance floor pulsed with energy, a vibrant chapter in Glasgow's cultural story.
There was no mistaking where you were, thanks to this 160-foot neon sign above the Barrel and Ballroom. The sign may have cost £100,000, but was worth every penny, as it's become one of the city's best-known landmarks.
Good to be back. The new Barrowlands is open in 1960 after a disastrous fire, and a young crowd enjoy a sax player prior to the official reopening. Not a midriff-bearing top in sight, either.
Welcome to the world of West Coast sport. Jackie Stewart was once told that Scotland ranked 4th in the league table of Grand Prix wins since 1950. He famously replied that coming 4th was not bad going for a wee country like ours.
A huge crowd at Hampden in 1952, with great expectations. A defiant England fan struggles violently with the police, breaking free to square up to the 40,000 Scotland supporters behind him.
Come on then, you Scottish bastard! You're Nick Sunshine!
The crowd erupts. 1952, England versus Scotland. The shot comes in and he launches Keane to positions himself.
He makes a great save, denying England!
A moment of brilliance from Bobby Brown.
Wembley erupts as Jimmy Johnstone, number 7, breaks through England's defence with dazzling skill. Arms aloft. A great goal by a great player, etched in football history.
No look back at the great players of the past is complete without a mention of the dazzling inside forward Billy Steele. A star player at Capello, he came from Derby County, winning 2 League Cups before his career was cut short. Alan Gilzian has scored the winner at Hampden in 1964. One fan, unable to restrain himself, runs onto the field to congratulate him.
You're coming with me!
John Yogi Hughes looks like a bear with a sore head as he trudges off after scoring for Scotland in the 1-1 draw. His frustration is clear on his face. George Young dwarfs the England captain Wright in 1956. It was a 1-1 draw. Barefoot in the Park, it's 1964. Alex Hamilton, Davy Wilson, Willie Henderson, and Alan Gilzian celebrate a gritty 1-0 win. Their joy captures the pure, unbridled thrill of victory.
Passion and fury always to the fore when the Old Firm do battle. You don't need an historian to tell you that the overheated passions which marred the Old Firm league decider at Celtic Park last May are nothing new.
Celtic's outside left, Neil Moken, in his hoop strip, races down the
Rangers keeper George Niven is beaten all ends up. Moken celebrates as the ball hits the back of the net.
It's January 3rd, 1966. A cold day for football, but the stadium crackles with anticipation.
Boys are pressing hard.
The rivalry is fierce. The crowd is on its feet.
Rangers keeper Billy Ritchie makes an acrobatic jump for the ball, with McKinnon in close attendance. He reaches it first, snatching it from the air. He lands safely, securing the ball for his team. A brilliant display of athleticism under pressure.
At Celtic Park, Celtic fans celebrate after beating rivals Rangers in the 1965 League Cup, swarmed by thousands, waving green and white scarves and flags in a moment of joyous sea of fun. Joy for Rangers in their celebrations after their 3-0 Scottish Cup final win in 1963.
Penalty for Celtic. This news. For Kharkov!
Tommy Gemmell is grounded but happy after taking advantage of a slip by Rangers keeper Jerry Neath to score the winner at Celtic Park on August 20 in '69. Here, John Greig and Billy McNeill shake hands at the start of the 1969 Scottish Cup final. Celtic would go on to beat Rangers 4-0, consigning them to their first defeat in a final for 40 years.
In the dying minutes, Max Murray rises high.
His header cannons past the keeper. Slapsy Maxi completes the Rangers' fight back. It's 4-4.
In May 1967, Celtic fans took over Glasgow's George Square. Celebrating their club's historic victory, waving green and white flags and scarves, they chanted their heroes' names into the night.
Tommy Gemmell cracks home Celtic's first goal against Inter Milan in the European Cup final, May 1967. Thousands turned out in Rainme in May 1967. The Lisbon Lions are welcomed home as heroes, their victory uniting a city in joy.
Rangers fan Bill Black recalls the great Ibrox heroes, including a European tie. Davis was fouled. He took the free kick, then chased the player all over the up. He didn't realise, and when he did, he burst out laughing.
24 minutes gone on the night of the 24th of May 1972. Colin Stein puts Rangers on the road to a 3-2 victory over Moscow Dynamo in the final of the European Cup Winners' Cup. Peter McCloy, all 6'4" of him, was part of a great Rangers post-war tradition that included Bobby Brown and George Niven.
David Meiklejohn led Rangers to their 5th successive title back in 1931. He was one of the stars of the club's domination of the title, which they won 13 times between 1920 and 1935. Nearly 70 years on, the memory of Alan Morton, the wee blue devil, lives on at Ibrox.
Davy Cooper, one of the greatest players ever. Tommy Burns says he was the best in the business.
Super Eye! Come on, let's hear you! That's it, louder! Super Eye! Super Eye!
Big George Young was a formidable sight in defence, as on this occasion when he cleared with an overhead kick during a Falkirk attack. His acrobatic clearance sent the ball soaring, a testament to his strength and skill that defined his era. Bob McPhail, a key player for Rangers, the 4-0 win over Celtic ended a 25-year wait for the cup. His teammates celebrated the victory in the locker room, a legendary moment for the club. There were few more thrilling sights than Willie Henderson tormenting some luckless defence. Not for nothing was he known as one of Rangers' finest players during the 60s. Lifelong Celtic fan Jim Duffy chose an opportune moment to present an engagement ring to his beloved.
Fast forward a few years, and Jim had mixed emotions over the birth of his first son in 1967.
A collision the Rangers pricing caused a severe head injury. John Thompson died that night in hospital. A tragic loss to football.
The tireless great Bernie Peacock. Stylish, inventive, and a formidable defender. Partnering Jock Stein, they broke forwards' hearts. A true legend of the game. He dribbles past the defense with incredible skill. A powerful strike. One of his 70+ for the club. The genius, Willie Fernie. John Fallon lived under Ronnie Simpson's shadow, but he was a great keeper, capable of stunning performances that won the hearts of the fans. Here, he shows his agility, diving to claim a vital cross under pressure. Billy McNeil, galvanized by Jock Stein's arrival in 1965, became one of the finest players ever. Patsy Gallagher had an utterly magical touch with the ball. The picture was taken at a charity match, when Patsy's select drew with Duntonshire Police. His dribbling and control were legendary. No defender liked to get in the way of a Tommy Gemmell thunderbolt. Keepers hated facing him from the penalty spot. For a fullback, he was amazingly adept at scoring. In 1961, Bobby Lennox arrived at Celtic Park, electrifying the fans. He made life a misery for defences at home and abroad. A prolific scorer, Lennox is remembered as one of Celtic's finest forwards.
Bertie Auld was the epitome of the influential, tough-tackling, shrewd-passing midfield player. He had been with Celtic for over a decade before he tasted Euro glory in 1967.
In Glasgow, soccer is mating. The city's wee stadiums, Ibrox, Celtic Park and Hampden stand as temples to the sport. Here, crowds gather to witness history, their energy echoing through the stands.
Celtic Park in 1981, the famous jungle nearest the camera. A far cry from today's sleek multi-million-pound stadium. Overseen by Fergus McCann, an early shot of Govan's Field of Dreams. Probably the best-known surviving fixture, which can be seen on the right of this picture, the criss-cross pattern between the stand and the enclosure below.
The Hampden gates were closed just before half-time in the 1937 Cup final between Celtic and Aberdeen, with 146,000 inside, a British record. But even those who were shut out decided to linger.
127,000 crowd watched Real Madrid win the European Cup 7-3 at Hampden 1960 against the German champions Eintracht Frankfurt.
After a thrilling European Cup final, Real Madrid's heroes begin their lap of honour, proudly sharing the trophy with the adoring fans.
The history of British football is rich with Scottish managers who crossed borders to build legendary careers. Bill Shankly, Matt Busby, Transter United and Celtic.
Two Scottish legends, Jock Stein and Alex Ferguson, both European Cup winning managers. Alex Ferguson built Manchester United into a world force, securing his own European triumphs. October 12, 1977. Ali MacLeod is a delighted man as Scotland beat Wales at Anfield to qualify for the World Cup. Argentina was a different story, of course, but Ali was entitled to his joy.
The great Bill Shankly once said, "Football is more important than life." That summed up everything he did.
Elshil-born Sir Matt Busby took Manchester United to European Cup victory in 1968. A visionary manager, his legacy is one of resilience and glory. A true legend of the game.
Willie Waddle, seen here playing for Scotland in 1951, was one of Rangers' greatest servants. A feared outside right, he later managed the club and laid the foundation for the new Ibrox. William Struth led Rangers to 19 league titles. During his 34-year reign, he transformed the club into a dominant force, securing dozens of trophies and etching his name into football history. Walter Smith, seen here in his early days as a Dundee United player, went on to become one of Rangers' greatest managers, leading the club to multiple league titles and cups. His journey through football is a testament to dedication and success. There's more than one team in Glasgow. No one can ignore the great contribution made by the other clubs, like the gone but not forgotten 3rd Lanark, who folded in 1967. Here, we stroll down memory lane with their story.
April 1958. Clyde's proudest moment, lifting the Scottish Cup for the 3rd time.
Half a century before their epic 1971 League Cup win over Celtic, an earlier Partick Thistle team defeated Rangers 1-0 to pick up the Jags' first and only Scottish Cup. Blair got the winning goal.
58. Train relentlessly under Reuben Bennett. The ghost of 3rd Lanark can still make itself felt in Scottish football. Gone, but not forgotten.
Queen's Park won the Scottish Cup 10 times during the last decades of the 19th century. Successes have been few and far between for St Gwaitas that won the 2nd Division title in 1981.
St Mirren have won the Scottish Cup on no fewer than 3 occasions. This is the side that scored 2 goals without reply against Celtic to claim the trophy in 1926. This is the Pollock team of the 1959-60 season. They carried the hopes of the club with pride.
In the back row, we see Sharp, Galasher, Inglis, Hughes and McCowie.
Three Ballaston stalwarts from the late 50s. Tommy Johnstone, Billy Stark and Jimmy Gwynn. Aye, that was a grand match, lads. It was. Lifting that cup was something special. Beating Shettleston 2-0.
Cambuslang Rangers win the cup in 1973. For the third time, they beat St. Roch's, and they got to meet Miss Evening Times. A night of pure glory for the team.
Ashfield become the latest team to lift the coveted Evening Times Cup Winners' Cup in 1955. They'd also won it in 1953 and reached the final again in 59.
Irvine Meadows scooped up the Scottish Junior Cup in 1963 by beating Glenafton Athletic 2-1.
Head the practice of punching clear.
A crucial clearance under intense pressure.
In the West, boxing packs a real big punch. From Benny Lynch to Jim Watt, Glasgow and the west of Scotland produced a succession of hugely talented boxers.
Flyweight champion Benny Lynch and his wife after beating Small Montana at Wembley. Benny died in August 1946, aged 33.
Jackie Patterson from Ayrshire held 5 major titles and once won in just 61 seconds. Beside him stands Benny Lynch, a fellow champion, who passed away a few years later.
Ken Buchanan tackles Jim Watt for the British light welterweight title in Glasgow. Buchanan with a sharp counter right hook. Watt ducks under a uppercut, but Buchanan drives him back with a powerful combination.
Watt and Buchanan go all out in a classic Glasgow battle.
Watt ducks the jab and counters with a powerful hook.
Buchanan takes a hard cross but fires back, relentless. Buchanan wins narrowly.
John Cowboy McCormack, the great Scottish fighter who won 35 of 43 bouts from 1957-1966, claiming Scottish, British, and European middleweight titles. Peter Keenan was a hugely talented boxer who became British, European, and Empire bantamweight champion. When he retired, he became a promoter, bringing the likes of Muhammad Ali and Sonny Liston to Glasgow. Focus falls on some golfing greats. Sandy Lyle, Sam Torrance, Colin Montgomery, and Bernard Gallagher have carried the golf flag abroad. Scotland is a top golfer, but still seeks that elusive major title.
Fans rushed to acclaim another victory for Hamilton's Irvine McInally, a leading amateur who played off not one, but 2 handicaps, off 1 right-handed and 3 left-handed.
Sam Torrance is awarded for his golfing promise by the legendary Henry Cotton. Congratulations, Sam. A bright future ahead. Thank you, sir. This means a lot. We won the Foursome Shield 4 times, a proud record for our village. Aye, and with Hammy, we put Irvine on the map in golf. My win in 1923 started it all. A fine legacy.
Charlie Green, a former Walker Cup player and captain, won the Scottish Amateur Championship twice in a row, at Carnoustie in 1982 and at Gullane the following year.
Before Paul Laurie's triumph, Sandy Lyle was the last Scot to win the British Open. He also clinched the 1988 US Masters with one of the most dramatic bunker shots ever seen. Elle Robertson, from the Mull of Kintyre, was a gifted player who was a Curtis Cup regular for many years, captaining it twice. She won the Scottish Amateur title 7 times and was awarded the MBE for her services to golf. The McCramey, with wife Margaret and son Colin in 1988. Here is Jimmy, was British champion 5 times, and Colin would go on to be the youngest ever World Rally champions. 3 of the Ashfield Giants team in action in 1951. The Giants were formed in 1949 but lasted only 5 years, but a youthful team has now been formed under the same name by the Glasgow Tigers. When it came to motorbike racing, Glasgow's Bob McIntyre was Scotland's uncrowned world champion. McIntyre demonstrated the skill and daring that made him a legend. Jim Clark, on top of the world at 26, wins the British Grand Prix at Silverstone in the Valley. Watched enthralled as he drove to his 4th successive rig. A legend was born. Jackie Stewart, garlanded after his 1972 triumph at Clermont-Ferrand, a masterful win that defined his legendary career.
A great race, thanks to the team and my fans.
The Glasgow Tigers, a force in speedway. Here, Maury Mattingly, Chris Julian.
Thank you, Janet. This mascot is smashing. And the flag. We'll wave it high. The day the Oval Ball boys put one over on the old enemy.
Nothing stirs Scottish pride like a sporting triumph against our neighbours. A Grand Slam, the Triple Crown. Sandy Carmichael, a burly prop forward for West of Scotland in the 1970s, was known for his immense strength and durability. A cornerstone of the pack, his powerful runs and resolute defence earned him a place among rugby's all-time greats.
Alistair McCarr.
He joined Fund's London Scottish outfit, where he wrote himself into club legend. He's pictured here against France at Murrayfield in 1976.
Ringle Fisher soars like a steeplechaser, clearing the English defence.
A brilliant try. The first points for Scotland in this historic match.
Peter and Gordon Brown, the famous Broon for Troon, powering across the pitch in 1971. Peter on the left, and formidable partnership driving forward. An iconic moment in Scottish rugby history.
In Glasgow, soccer is mating. The city's wee stadiums, Ibrox, Celtic Park and Hampden, stand as temples to the sport. Here, crowds gather to witness history, their energy echoing through the stands.
Celtic Park in 1981, the famous jungle nearest the camera. A far cry from today's sleek multi-million-pound stadium. Overseen by Fergus McCann, an early shot of Govan's Field of Dreams. Probably the best-known surviving fixture, which can be seen on the right of this picture, the criss-cross pattern between the stand and the enclosure below. The Hampden gates were closed just before half-time in the 1937 Cup final between Celtic and Aberdeen, with 146,000 inside, a British record. But even those who were shut out decided to linger. 127,000 crowd watched Real Madrid win the European Cup 7-3 at Hampden 1960 against the German champions Eintracht Frankfurt. After a thrilling European Cup final, Real Madrid's heroes begin their lap of honour, proudly sharing the trophy with the adoring fans. The history of British football is rich with Scottish managers who crossed borders to build legendary careers. Bill Shankly, Matt Busby, Transter United and Celtic. Two Scottish legends, Jock Stein and Alex Ferguson, both European Cup-winning managers. Alex Ferguson built Manchester United into a world force, securing his own European triumphs. October 12, 1977. Ali MacLeod is a delighted man as Scotland beat Wales at Anfield to qualify for the World Cup. Argentina was a different story, of course, but Ali was entitled to his joy.
The great Bill Shankly once said, "Football is more important than life." That summed up everything he did.
Elshil-born Sir Matt Busby took Manchester United to European Cup victory in 1968. A visionary manager, his legacy is one of resilience and glory. A true legend of the game. Willie Waddle, seen here playing for Scotland in 1951, was one of Rangers' greatest servants. A feared outside right, he later managed the club and laid the foundation for the new Ibrox. William Struth led Rangers to 19 league titles. During his 34-year reign, he transformed the club into a dominant force, securing dozens of trophies and etching his name into football history. Walter Smith, seen here in his early days as a Dundee United player, went on to become one of Rangers' greatest managers, leading the club to multiple league titles and cups. His journey through football is a testament to dedication and success. There's more than one team in Glasgow. No one can ignore the great contribution made by the other clubs, like the gone but not forgotten 3rd Lanark, who folded in 1967. Here, we stroll down memory lane with their story. April 1958. Clyde's proudest moment, lifting the Scottish Cup for the 3rd time. Half a century before their epic 1971 League Cup win over Celtic, an earlier Partick Thistle team defeated Rangers 1-0 to pick up the Jags' first and only Scottish Cup. Blair got the winning goal. 58. Train relentlessly under Ruben Bennett. The ghost of 3rd Lanark can still make itself felt in Scottish football. Gone, but not forgotten. Queen's Park won the Scottish Cup 10 times during the last decades of the 19th century. Successes have been few and far between for St Gwaitas that won the 2nd Division title in 1981. St Mirren have won the Scottish Cup on no fewer than 3 occasions. This is the side that scored 2 goals without reply against Celtic to claim the trophy in 1926. This is the Pollock team of the 1959-60 season. They carried the hopes of the club with pride. In the back row, we see Sharp, Galasher, Inglis, Hughes and Macaulay. 3 Ballaston stalwarts from the late 50s. Tommy Johnstone, Billy Stark and Jimmy Gwynn. Aye, that was a grand match, lads. It was. Lifting that cup was something special. Beating Shettleston 2-0.
Cambuslang Rangers win the cup in 1973. For the 3rd time, they beat St Roch's, and they got to meet Miss Evening Times. A night of pure glory for the team.
Ashfield become the latest team to lift the coveted Evening Times Cup Winners' Cup in 1955. They'd also won it in 1953 and reached the final again in 59.
Irvine Meadows scooped up the Scottish Junior Cup in 1963 by beating Glenafton Athletic 2-1.
Head deflects a punching clear.
A crucial clearance under intense pressure.
In the West, boxing packs a real big punch. From Benny Lynch to Jim Watt, Glasgow and the west of Scotland produced a succession of hugely talented boxers.
Good to see you, old friend. You too. How was the journey? Smooth, thankfully. Safe travels. And to you.
flyweight champion Benny Lynch and his wife after beating Small Montana at Wembley. Benny died in August 1946, aged 33. Jackie Patterson from Ayrshire held 5 major titles and once won in just 61 seconds. Beside him stands Benny Lynch, a fellow champion, who passed away a few years later.
Ken Buchanan tackles Jim Watt for the British light welterweight title in Glasgow. Buchanan with a sharp counter right hook. Watt ducks under a uppercut, but Buchanan drives him back with a powerful combination.
Watt and Buchanan go all out in a classic Glasgow battle.
Watt ducks the jab and counters with a powerful hook. Buchanan takes a hard cross but fires back, relentless. Buchanan wins narrowly.
John Cowboy McCormack, the great Scottish fighter who won 35 of 43 bouts from 1957-1966, claiming Scottish, British, and European middleweight titles.
Peter Keenan was a hugely talented boxer who became British, European, and Empire bantamweight champion. When he retired, he became a promoter, bringing the likes of Muhammad Ali and Sonny Liston to Glasgow. Focus falls on some golfing greats. Sandy Lyle, Sam Torrance, Colin Montgomery, and Bernard Gallagher have carried the golf flag abroad. Scotland is a top golfer, but still seeks that elusive major title.
Fans rush to acclaim another victory for Hamilton's Irvine McInally, a leading amateur who played off not 1 but 2 handicaps, off 1 right-handed and 3 left-handed.
Sam Torrance is awarded for his golfing promise by the legendary Henry Cotton. Congratulations, Sam. A bright future ahead.
Thank you, sir. This means a lot.
We won the Foursome Shield 4 times, a proud record for our village. Aye, and with Hammy, we put Irvine on the map in golf. My win in 1923 started it all. A fine legacy.
Charlie Green, a former Walker Cup player and captain, won the Scottish Amateur Championship twice in a row, at Carnoustie in 1982 and at Gullane the following year.
Before Paul Laurie's triumph, Sandy Lyle was the last Scot to win the British Open. He also clinched the 1988 US Masters with one of the most dramatic bunker shots ever seen. Elle Robertson, from the Mull of Kintyre, was a gifted player who was a Curtis Cup regular for many years, captaining it twice. She won the Scottish Amateur title 7 times and was awarded the MBE for her services to golf. The McCramey, with wife Margaret and son Colin in 1988. Here is Jimmy, was British champion 5 times, and Colin would go on to be the youngest ever World Rally champions.
3 of the Ashfield Giants team in action in 1951. The Giants were formed in 1949 but lasted only 5 years, but a youthful team has now been formed under the same name by the Glasgow Tigers. When it came to motorbike racing, Glasgow's Bob McIntyre was Scotland's uncrowned world champion. McIntyre demonstrated the skill and daring that made him a legend.
Jim Clark, on top of the world at 26, wins the British Grand Prix at Silverstone in the 1930s. Watched enthralled as he drove to his 4th successive rig.
A legend was born.
Jackie Stewart, garlanded after his 1972 triumph at Clermont-Ferrand, a masterful win that defined his legendary career.
A great race thanks to the team and my fans.
The Glasgow Tigers, a force in speedway. Here, Maury Mattingly, Chris Julian.
Thank you, Janet. This mascot is smashing. And the flag. We'll wave it high. The day the Oval Ball boys put one over on the old enemy.
Nothing stirs Scottish pride like a sporting triumph against our neighbours. A Grand Slam, the Triple Crown.
Sandy Carmichael, a burly prop forward for West of Scotland in the 1970s, was known for his immense strength and durability. A cornerstone of the pack, his powerful runs and resolute defence earned him a place among rugby's all-time greats. Sandy Carmichael, a burly prop forward for West of Scotland in the 1970s, was known for his immense strength and durability. A cornerstone of the pack, his powerful runs and resolute defence earned him a place among rugby's all-time greats.
Alistair McCarr.
He joined Fondant's London Scottish outfit, where he wrote himself into club legend. He's pictured here against France at Murrayfield in 1976.
Pringle Fisher soars like a steeplechaser, clearing the English defence.
A brilliant try. The first points for Scotland in this historic match.
Peter and Gordon Brown, the famous Brune for Troon, powering across the pitch in 1971. Peter on the left, and formidable partnership driving forward. An iconic moment in Scottish rugby history.
What a monster his Scottish pack surges forward with unstoppable force. Peter Brown, number 8, drives low and hard, then through to the English wall to ground the ball for a sensational try. The crowd erupts.
Scotland against England at Murrayfield, and Wilson Lauder has the ball.
He's breaking away, evading the tackles, going for the try! And he slots!
Calcutta Cup 1970. Jock Turner lies flat out. Roger Arnold raises his arms in triumph. The England players were not so overjoyed. Scotland, in dark jerseys, face England at Murrayfield in 1966. Blakey places the ball for a penalty. He runs up, strikes it cleanly.
It's over! Scotland scores!
Jim Telfer celebrates a try in 1964.
Young fans rush to congratulate.
This early triumph hinted at his future impact on Scottish rugby. The Scottish squad celebrates their victory over England, 26-6. A centenary special match, and the Scottish team has won.
This article celebrates Scottish athletic legends, from Eric Liddell's Olympic gold and his stand on the Sabbath, to the enduring legacy of sprinters like Alan Wells and European champion Cameron Sharp.
Mike Hildrey, the Balfron Bullet, the terror of his track rivals.
Frank Clement raises his arms in triumph. A Harrier from Bellahouston, he won the Meadow. Here, he crosses the line, his front-running style securing victory. Tom McKean, the Bolting Bobby, an outstanding athlete, quit the track in 1995 to become a Glasgow policeman.
Stop, police! You'll never catch me! Oh, yes, I'll!
Shettleston Harrier Cameron Sharp at the Moscow Olympics in 1980. A star in the 100 and 200 meters, he reached the semi-finals with determination. His efforts earned him a place in Olympic history.
1948, Motherwell's Lord Provost honoured local hero Kathy Gibson for her Olympic triumph.
On behalf, thank you, Lord Provost.
It's a wonderful gesture.
A proud moment in Scottish sporting history. Nancy Riak, the top swimmer of the 1940s, congratulates young Kathy Gibson, who has just broken her record.
A brilliant swim, Kathy. You've earned it.
Thank you, Nancy. That means the world.
Eleanor Gordon plows through the water for a bronze medal at the Helsinki Olympics in 1952.
There was a time when Bob Kissach was a name to be feared. The Glasgow bowler swept all before him and in 1953 pulled off a feat that no one has achieved since. Not only did he win the Scottish singles title,
Robert Millar, a Scottish cyclist, was one of Britain's greatest. In 1984, he became the first Briton to win the King of the Mountains jersey at the Tour de France. A true pioneer in the sport. John McNiven, British and Scottish champion, representing his country at the Commonwealth Games, a true legend of the Iron Game.
Caulfield Stadium. For many years, a famed city venue for all sorts of popular sports activities. Greyhounds, Speedway, and Clyde FC.
Gentlemen, to the Glendale Trophy.
Aye, it's a beauty. Well played, lads. A grand night for Scottish entertainment.
Here, here.
And many more victories.
Billy and I were at the World Cup in 1974. What a thrill it was. But Scotland didn't advance from the group stage. Aye, we were gutted. But the atmosphere was pure magic.
Would you like to try our special haggis with stovies today? It's a local favourite. That sounds interesting. What's in it?
You know, this scarf has been with me through thick and thin. Search me, O God, and know my heart. Try me and know my thoughts.
Glasgonian.
Colton Tom Crew.
you two warm enough?
Yes, Mama. Look, I drew a picture.
It's beautiful, dear.
Easy now, kitty. Come here. That's it. Good cat. Wish the bus would move.
Get the police! It's murder! It's murder! Get the police! Murder! Get the police now!
Fucking time! Stop, police! Oh, stop right there! Stop, police! Oh, stop right there!
Maggie's got a bun now. Whose is it? Do you think he's Bible John? Let's go, Maggie.
Bible John has struck again. Ready? Go fetch! That's it, good boys. Bring it back now.
I see Bible John hit Richmond last night.
Do you think that's Bible John? What have you got there, love? A picture I drew for you. Oh, it's lovely.
Whee! Faster! Hold on tight! This is so fun! Yeah! Go, go!
Absolutely disgusting.
It's a real mess.
We need to do something. This is outrageous.
Tongs rule, huh? This wall's seen some history. Gotta love the city, lad. Welcome to Carlton. Hope you survive.
Everyone,
That's it. Up you go.
careful now.
Right, keep pushing. Next one. Have you lads seen anything strange?
Aye, Bible John.
I told the copper wanker to fuck off.
Care for a drop? Don't mind if I do. Good stuff, eh? Indeed it is.
What a blaze!
Pass it round.
Here we go.
Bottoms up. Fuck's sake, I only parked 5 minutes ago.
I'm the king of the castle! Hey, wait for me! Come here!
All you need is love.
Oh, my darling, these don't feel so low. This bubble's my friend until the end. We'll see you later. I'm away round to see Senna. Lucky bastard.
Heh, lovely ladies, wait up.
Oh, leave us alone.
Just a friendly chat, darling.
Go away, you drunk.
Whoa, easy now. Just a bit further. Bloody wall, keep me up.
And then he says, that's not a haggis, that's me bit pipes. Oh, wait, what did you do? What could I do? I played Amazing Grace.
See you in Baker Street then. You're on.
My fucking shoes, George. See, I was walking down the street and this fella stops me. He says, that a jacket or a hedgehog? I says, no, it's my granny's knitting.
Thinking's good if you think funny things. Thinking's good if you think funny things.
I don't plan to retire. I plan to die.
Oh! Whoa! What is that? An alligator! Hell! Oh my God! This is hilarious.
My fucking shoes, George.
Noisy bastards!
Oh, I think I'm gonna be sick.
Whoa, hang in there, buddy. Whoa! Oh man, gross!
Gather round, my friends, to my banjo's call. Come listen, one and all, in the circle of friends. Let the music begin.
banjo here, I'll find breeze is here to stay. Oh, a fish just jumped right there.
I forgive you, Billy.
Look at him, a proper Glaswegian legend. That accent, man, it's pure gold. Still got the fire.
Oh, the hammer swings and the whistle blows, but my banjo plays where the steel wind blows. Let's get this party on! Spin it! Read it!